All right, guys. Let's make this happen. Oh, what do I have selected over here? Oh, okay. Okay, this is the Ash versus Yugi one. Cool. I've already got the right session loaded up. My cat will fight my other cat, or well, my girlfriend's cat. That's what'll happen. That's what always happens. All right. So this is the first one of this huge batch that I'm going to be. Yeah, I'm a VTuber. Shin, is that you? As Pikachu48? Alright, so let's give this a listen. Let's hope it's not too freakishly loud, or freakishly quiet for that matter. My girlfriend made this avatar, Marcelo. Hello, random person. I can turn it up slightly if it's too quiet. How's that? My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 years. We're basically married at this point. I can't give you a specific day, Chaos. Like, I'm just kind of doing these as I get them done. I got a lot of mixing to do on this. I actually don't know what the client's wanting to name this track. That's a perfectly reasonable reason to be late, McLaren. Listening to All Star, it's priorities. I appreciate it. In Earwig, in Ash Ketchum versus Yugimoto, I'm referencing their opening themes. That tom is really loud. A lot of the time the clients are naming these songs guns. I'm really happy with how that ends. It's really cool. Yeah, I've already got 4 or 5 of them pretty much done. I'm just gonna be mixing them on stream while I hang out with you guys. Alright, so let's focus on the drums for now, because they kind of need attention. Okay. First things first, I want to mess with these hi-hats. And then these hi-hats. Wait a minute, no wonder the toms are so loud. Are those toms in this hi-hat bounce? One sec. Oh no! That's embarrassing. What a noob mistake. I guess we just... What's up? We're gonna let the client name this. The client for this one is actually Ethan. He's been doing a lot of the art for these. And where's the hi-hats? Those should be hi-hats. Yeah, don't mind me making beginner mistakes, guys. That's something that we all make these kinds of mistakes, even if they are beginner mistakes. Okay, so that just drag and drop that down, print that to audio. Oh, this is way beyond a Control Z. This is, yeah, that's like me messing something up that I had to reopen my drum program to fix. Wait, why are the toms still in there? The toms, it just did it again. This shouldn't be happening. Yeah, the toms are muted, aren't they? Yeah. So what's happening here? Oh, I'm getting like overhead. Okay, well that's really weird. Is it because I'm in... No? Guys, we're experiencing a glitch together. We're experiencing some kind of strange occurrence. Especially because there should be a lot more toms here than there are, unless I moved something around. No, I didn't. Okay. Wait, are there toms in the snare track too? Is the toms just everywhere? Okay, no, that's the snare. Yeah, we're getting... So this is getting weird. Yeah, I actually don't know how this matchup would happen. I feel like Ash just wins because Yugi plays a card game and Ash actually like does animal fighting, and he could just like sick Charizard on him. And you could be like, you've activated my trap card, but those are all holograms. But I don't know how far Yu-Gi-Oh! Has come since I watched it as a kid. So what's going on here? I mean, if this is... I guess I can just do it this way. Because it's just the same thing, right? And then it stops here. Okay, well, it's not the way I wanted to do that, but it works. I love the Pokemon theme. I wish that the Pokemon theme singer would notice me. I mean, I guess I know someone who's worked with him. So this should work now. Now that the toms aren't super loud. Okay. Those toms are a little bit better sounding now. I was wondering what the heck was going on before. Hi-hats, and now the ride. This. Yeah, I'll just have to ask Jonathan Young. I'll just be like, John, I want to work with the Pokemon guy. Jason something. His name slips my mind right now. Because when I go on to stream, my brain immediately goes to half capacity. The song is good, Ray. Is Ray here? Wait, is it a Ray that I know? Okay. Yeah, I was commissioned Doomsday versus SCP-682. I don't know how I'm gonna do... Oh, thank you, Jason Page. I don't know how I'm gonna do SCP-related music. I'll make it work. Brass. Oh, thank you so much, Money Waffles. Merry Christmas. And happy holidays to all of our non-Christmas people, if there are any. It's kind of hard, I imagine, if you don't celebrate Christmas. Kind of subsumes everything. Alien thrash metal. Hey, I can do that. That sounds like music from my home planet. So. It's the classic Pokemon. Daniel, what did you say that you wanted me to reply to? Just hello? Hello, Daniel. Sorry, man, I'm working and trying to chat while working, you know? My 2 brain cells can only be dedicated to one thing or the other. I really like this synth bass for this, too. Very Yu-Gi-Oh! Excuse me. This snare needs some reverb. So let's just let's that to 3, 4. And not that much reverb, good lord. Okay, finally. Unmute the snare so you can hear everything. I wouldn't call this a full-blown mashup of these 2 songs, comic, if you're talking about these 2. There's still a lot to do on these drums. Sorry, I know I keep coming back to that. I'm sure you guys are just like, get to the other stuff. But these drums have a lot left to go. Let's put some compressors on them. You'll hear the difference. I'll force you to hear the difference in a minute. I'll turn them back off and you'll hear how it was before and how it is after. You'll be like, wow, you made those drums sound way better. Or, you might just be like, wow, you wasted all my time. I could have been playing Cyberpunk. Experiencing glitches. I heard that apparently in Cyberpunk, people's penises are glitching through their skin, or through their pants, they're glitching through their pants. That sounds pretty funny to me. I have yet to experience that. In real life or in Cyberpunk. Do it, Diego. Make music right now. Just do it. Just start doing it. That's what I did. I just started doing it. And I just kept doing it. And people were like, maybe you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't tell me what to do. Alright, now some additional compression and EQ, and let's just hear the difference we're making on these drums. Yeah, right? Like, poor Cyberpunk character, he's just, like, trying to hide his massive dong. Okay, so the kick drum, we'll just... Oh, that's already so much juicier. Who are we banning? What's going on? Tracks daily. I don't know what you mean by only get tracks daily. I plan on... Wait, daily isn't enough? Like, what do you want from me, man? Like, let's see. That's already so much better. Now let's do, Oh yeah, no, that's kind of the thing, though, is that you want more energy from the drums, because the drums are where you draw all the energy in the track, basically. That might be too much. There we go. And then draw some more out of the hi-hats in this section here. Commissions are currently closed, Hannibal. Okay. And ride cymbal. Wait, are there toms in this ride cymbal too? Why? What is going on? I think there might be toms in this cymbal track too. I'm just gonna mute everything but these two, and we're just gonna hear just the cymbals. This is supposed to just be cymbals, which are the like splashy high-end stuff. Why? Why are there toms? I'm angry and confused. Mostly a little hungry. I don't even know what to do about that. I mean, I guess I can treat it like a real drum set, and sometimes in real drum sets you just hear stuff from other, you know, when you're recording with a microphone, with microphones in a drum set, it's not like you can get rid of those sounds. So I think on this ride track it's just toms here. Thank you so much, Ultimate Warrior 500. You almost got me with that. I tell you what, man, I will reach out to you as soon as I open commissions again. It's gonna be a bit, because there were a lot in this batch. I think that this is, like, just toms from here on out, isn't it? Okay, no, those are definitely rides. Cool. Well. Yeah, Ethan, what were you titling this again? Sorry, man, like, with the amount that I've got going on, I don't even... It's confusing, to say the least. And there have been a lot of Pokemon matchups, too. My favorite fictional character that's a human is the fictional character you're seeing talking right now. I created this character, and her name is Friday, and I have a whole lore built around her that nobody knows about, because I never really published anything to do with it. It's probably one of the next things I'll tackle after I release my album. They're closed for now, yeah. Awesome, or AAA. Thank you so much, Comic. This is, I'm not used to this. I'm wondering if there are even any symbols in here, or if we can just take this out too. Oh, there are symbols. That bites. We can take it out of the first part, at least. It's Masters of Monsters. That's pretty cool, dude. That's a pretty cool name. This is why I like to let the clients name the stuff, because like they've thought about it, you know? And I'm just gonna have to leave those toms in. I don't know what the heck to do there. Marcelo agachate y conocello. Marcelo agachate y conocello. Is that Italian or Spanish? Because it could be either, it looks like. Because it could be conocello, or it could be, I don't know, man. So I don't know if you'd want a greeting like apprezio, or if you'd want a greeting like hola. Thanks. I pride myself in barely being able to get by in several languages. So one of my hobbies is studying languages. Let's see. Again, Daniel, I'm missing your messages here. You gotta match up. I'm sorry, man. Commissions are closed for a while. I gotta focus on the tracks that people have already hired me to do. Okay, so where was I at? I just did the hi-hats, right? Okay, so I'm on the ride. We'll just do this. Spanish, en español. Se habla español un poco. One more drum to EQ and do some compression on, and then, or the cymbals, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by how much difference this makes. Okay, so the difference that was just made here, I'll just play you a section of the chorus, I think would be like the most reliable part. Here it is with the plugins on. And I'm gonna turn them off now. And that's how it sounded before. You guys got used to it sounding better, and you didn't realize this was how it sounded before. I mean, it's not bad now, but like, you bring them back in, and there's just so much more energy and power here. And drums are really all about the energy. Like, watch what happens when I remove the drums from this section. Like, you're gonna hear without drums now, and you're gonna be like, wow, there's no energy. It doesn't sound bad. You know, it kind of feels flat. Like, you'd feel like this would be a section that would let you rest before kicking back in. And let's see. You're welcome to pitch the ideas in chat, Daniel. I will try to keep up. Like, I'm reading as much as I can while also, you know, getting work done. The idea is for me to work while also hanging out with you guys. Because I'm going to be doing that a lot. I got a lot of work to get done, and I'm going to be doing a lot of hanging out with you guys while I do it. Plugins am I using? Specifically for what, Kaiju? Because I'm using a lot. A lot. Let's see. So if you're asking like for, well, yeah, I'll just wait until I see which plugins you're asking about, Kaiju. Okay, so the drums are much closer to how I want them now. So I guess let's focus on the bass guitar. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit warmer, a little bit less rattly. Oh, for guitars, the plugin I'm using to make it like MIDI guitar is called Odin 2. And I think it's like a couple $100. And the amps I'm using are the Fortin Cali Suite by Neural DSP. I know you can't actually see the window that opens up here, but the Fortin Cali Suite by Neural DSP, and then for the lead I'm using Guitar Rig 6, and then for the guitar solo I'm using Neural DSP's Archetype Plini. Um, if something sounds like the Kaiba theme, it's unintentional. I mean, it might be a happy accident, but yeah, there's a lot. Because yeah, I use a lot of stuff, but specifically for guitar, I use the Odin 2 a lot. It's not that I can't play the parts, because I mean, you can listen to how simple this guitar part is. Like, well, if it actually plays, like, of course I can play that. Like, you guys have seen me play harder stuff than that, but it's just a matter of being able to do it while I'm on stream, or also just having more control. And then, why are you making noise? Stop making noise. Okay. And then like, yeah, I am guilty of writing guitar solos that I can't actually play here and there because it's just cool, you know? Who cares if it's real if it sounds cool? And that's what I live for. Is I live for the rule of cool. Like this guitar solo, there's a part in it that I don't think anybody could play. It's like impossible. But it's this part. When it gets to that, when this little bar here gets to this part, this is impossible. Oh, is my mouth not moving? One sec. Test. Yeah, she's bugging out a little bit. There we go. The mouth is moving a little bit. And like, I'll just play that part that's impossible. Like, it's just impossible, but it's cool. Who cares? Who cares if people can't play it? It's cool. Funny enough, Buckethead is actually where I learned to do my tapping. Like I watched him do his like 8-finger tapping, and that's why it's one of the things that I'm best at on guitar. Yeah, you can contact me on Discord, Cartoon Fan, if you want. Like, if whatever's better for you. I use Twitter just because it's like public, and so it's easier for people to just reach out. More people are on Twitter than Discord. I feel like that brass is too loud. Let's EQ this guitar a little bit too. Come on, Pro Tools, don't lag on me. I think this part's the most versatile, so I'll EQ from here. There we go. Juju takes one commission. It kind of depends. Like right now, I've got them all set up in like templates and stuff because I'm like doing it in like a factory mode basically because I want to be able to get everyone's commissions done in a reasonable amount of time. So I might be able to make 2 or 3 a day because if I do it like 10-hour work days, I can probably do like 2 to 3 a day, maybe 2.5 a day. If that makes sense. Okay, what's this pad? Like, I just have a pad here, and it's like this big, chunky boy. What's this doing? Oh, right, yeah, this is for... Gotta figure out how I want to EQ this. Let's use like a vocal preset and see how that sounds. Thanks, Retromantic. Thank you for stopping by. Oh yeah, the female vocal preset there actually works pretty well. I like that. Okay. For the solo now, let's do some EQing. That solo is of course, Charles, I'm going to be doing the soundtracks for Season 8. And I'm trying to get some of them to be collabs, yeah. I've talked with a couple people about possibly doing collabs for it. Nothing super set in stone yet. Lofty, I haven't actually gotten any commissions like that because that's not how my brain operates. I just think, oh, that's a cool matchup. I don't like think about the characters and think, oh, well, this could have been better. There is one commission I got that's really really freaking cool. I mean, there's several that are really cool, but there's one that I'm like, wow, that's a really cool matchup, and I would have never thought of that. Yeah, I guess I can probably confirm that I'm not doing Hulk versus Broly. I don't even know if Theirwolf is. I don't know what's going on with it. All I know is that the music has apparently been done for like 6 months. So, I mean, I guess that's not really confirming that either. I don't know that the music has been done. I just know that they said they had it handled like 6 months ago. Okay. I feel like this one is starting to get close. This electric piano. Okay, I already did that. The synth bass. Does the synth bass actually need anything? I think it already sounds pretty much how I want it to. Let's just do a little test run here with kind of an electric guitar preset. See what that does. Yeah, okay. That definitely sounds better. Brass are already done. And I think that's everything EQ'd. So we're kind of in the chunky, like, slow part of the process. So I'll go ahead and I'll focus on chat a little more right now while I do some more nitpicky EQing and compression and like post effects mixing stuff. Phoenix Wright versus Ronnie from the Lion Guard. I know who Phoenix Wright is. I've never heard of the Lion Guard. Linux commissions are currently closed, but I will tweet about it from my Twitter at B. I'll type it, but it's at B. Michael Yates. And next time my commissions open, we will I will be tweeting it from there. Let's see. So what am I on? I'm on bass. Let's do the bass now. Let's do some more compression and EQ and stuff on this bass. I think this is still the best section to be working with. It might not be 2020 remastered, but I do plan on actually updating Voltron, or Stronger Together, Voltron versus Megazord. Because I finally I bought some software that I used to have in my old studio that I didn't have in my new one, but now that I have it, I can actually revisit that song. I wasn't able to load some stuff from that old session. Where now I can. Yes, Yates is my actual last name. Like some kind of writing name or something. No, it's... I'm also intending on remaking I Am All of Mewtwo because I listened back to it finally, and the arrangement's not as bad as I remember it being, but the mix is terrible and the virtual instruments used in it are just atrocious, and it's like so bad that I don't know if I could fix it, if that makes sense. You know, it's like it's so bad it might be beyond repair, but I'm gonna give it a shot next year. After I finish this batch of commissions, I'll do a couple remasters and then I'll open commissions again. Why is Yates a surprising last name? It feels like a common last name to me. My brother's got it. My dad has it. Like a bunch of people I know have the last name. You know? that'll work. Sorry, I know you guys probably can't even tell what I'm doing. This is like really, really, wait a minute. What the hell did I just do? I just did that on the wrong track. Okay, well, let's do that again then. On the actual correct track. Tell you what, man, you turn on the stream and it's like the moment you turn on the stream, all of your brain cells just crumble away. You don't have to be sorry, Christopher. I do remember you, specifically because you have that profile picture of the why though guy. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, no Believability and a bunch of other ones. They'll be on iTunes. I'm gonna submit them to the stores this week. I haven't yet because I was thinking I'll wait until I finish the vocals. But for like songs that have vocals out of that batch, because several of them have vocals. But I mean, like, there's no reason for me to wait. I can just release the current versions to stores now, and then release the vocal versions to stores when I finish those. So yeah, I don't know. My brain works in weird ways when it's working. Yeah, a lot of my music is available on Amazon Sunmellows. Not all of it, but pretty much all my death battle stuff, and I know that tends to be what's popular. My album will be available on Amazon as well. My album's getting released basically the same way my death battle stuff does. You know, let's do some more to this brass. There you go. It's got a little bit more energy. And that's what we want. We want energy out of everything. Maximum energy. Like Spirit Bomb levels of energy. We are still on the Ash versus Yugi. This is actually going to probably be a relatively long stream because I'm working on 3 tracks today. I'm working on Ethan's, which is this one. And then I'm working on Dex, which is what I'm going to do next, and I've already got it pretty close to done. The Pokemon leitmotifs, you mean, don't forget the Pokemon leitmotifs. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I got them both. I got them in there. I mean, like, don't forget the Pokemon leitmotifs. One sec. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Sorry, man, I just don't have enough Pokemon motifs in here. That if that came across as mean, it wasn't. I'm just fucking around. Oh crap, I guess I'm gonna get demonetized again. These streams keep getting demonetized and I don't know why. Okay, I just need to do a little bit more of that dry, like, EQing stuff that I was talking about. Just a little more. Just bear with me, guys. And we're going to do it to this woodwind now. Who thinks my music is good enough to be official? What? Okay, let's do this little bass thing here. Just a couple more. As you can see, I just have this synth bass and this electric piano left to do the neutron on. Gonna listen to this a bunch of times in a row real quick. I mean, if Ethan wants me to put vocals on this, I could probably figure something out. I feel like I owe him because he's done so many of these arts or so many of the like track arts, and I don't really have a way to compensate him because he's underage, so he doesn't have PayPal. So I'm just like making him a song, you know. I'm like, well, that's the best I can do. It's like an art trade. I don't know if I like how much excited I put on there. That's better. Okay, we'll put the. We'll go to the end here and we'll do some EQ on the master. Up. Yeah, Ethan, the one in the chat right here, Awesome Ethan 48, is he's doing a lot of them. It's like split between him and one other person for the most part, with some people doing their own. Okay, that's the EQ done. Now let's put some mastering on it and really draw some energy just out of everything. By the way, Ethan, what do you think so far? Since you're actually here for it, you're the first time I've actually had someone who was here for their own commission. Hi. Good answer. Thank you, Emerald Hero. I will do my best to keep up the work. Have a little of hop will not kill me. What, Maximo? Thank you, Emerald Hero. I mean, you're named after one of their Wolf songs. So, presumably you like his stuff. And everybody knows you can only like one artist, one musician. I wish I could play more Smash Ultimate, but I don't really have a lot of time for games. And when I do, I usually play on my PC. It's probably still Marth, because Marth was my main way back in the Melee days and then the Project M days. So, Marth, I guess? It's a mixture of both, Lofty. I get to choose which episodes I make music on somewhat. They'll give me a list and I'll be like, hey, I don't really think I'm comfortable with that one. And I'll be like, oh, but I really want to do that one. And so I have kind of some say, but usually they come at me with like the ideas of what I'm gonna do, and I just kind of like edit on that. Okay, let's give this a listen because I'm feeling like this is pretty close. The last bit of mixing I'll have to do off stream because I have to do it through my actual monitors, and I can't use my monitors on stream because that would just get picked up by my microphone. So let's just give this a listen real quick before we switch over to the other artist's commission. Thanks, Juan. La pala de Juan, but you can like us both. Actually, Co-Buddy, your arrangement is pretty much done. I think I need to just mix yours. I just sat down. Sorry, I'm gonna pause this because I actually want to answer Co-Buddy here and say that yours. I sat down and I was I made a little bit of a bunch of songs in advance. Like I think I have 11 of them where I've got just a little bit done to kind of give me some ideas. So that I could build on them when I get back to them so that I can like just make them during streams and stuff. But when I sat down to make yours, I just accidentally I was in autopilot because I was like tired before bed, and I just finished the whole arrangement, and then I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't supposed to make that whole thing right now. Sounds good though, and I was like pretty happy with it. I remember telling Ethan and Deck that, and they thought it was kind of funny too. Just kind of fell out of me. So that one will probably be one I stream for sure. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm gonna do mutual streams, guns. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have other people on my streams. Just because it's kind of hard to do collaborative streams while making music. Like, we can't both be on the same program working on stuff. Kaiba versus Gary Oak would be pretty funny. Okay, so let's give this a listen through. I'll try not to interrupt myself. I'll type in chat to respond to you guys instead. Comic, if someone is spamming stuff, can you make sure to like warn them and stuff since you're a mod? Wait, you're not a mod. You're not a mod here. I'm just so used to you being a mod in my server. Here, there, comic. You're now a mod both in my server and on my channel. I totally just slipped my mind. Yeah, if you see people spamming, you know, the same deal as in the server. Okay, let's listen to this, and I will mute myself, and I will type in the chat to respond. Okay, see you in chat. Okay, I think that's sounding pretty close to done. I think I'm gonna have to finish it off stream so I can get the final mix in and stuff. So next, let's move over to Deck's track, which is a little more on the orchestral side. Am I doing what track am I doing that Ben's already done? Yeah, I know your only mate. Wait. You typed in your only inmate. He's not a prisoner. Thanks, random person. And I'm glad you're liking it, Ethan. I always get nervous about like people. I'm like, what if they hate it? What if it's not what they wanted? And yeah, if I can make vocals work, I'll do them, and if not, then I won't. You know, it'll be one of those where I just like if I have the ideas. Oh, later, Minetta. You don't even want to hear a little bit of the other song before you go, Minetta? Because I literally just opened up the other session. This one has a little bit more to go on it than. I'm gonna just start merging these clips so that the session doesn't look so chunky. Didn't even help me along the way. Depends what you mean by help. Like, I'm mostly self-taught when it comes to pretty much everything. Like, the instruments I play and vocals and pretty much all of it. Like, I briefly went to college, but I wasn't learning anything there. It's just not the right environment for me to learn in. Later, Jose. Or should I say, Jose, isn't there... Oh, no, that's no way, Jose. Okay, so I guess I just say adios. And oh, sorry, Max. I actually meant I read your thing and I was like reply to Max, and then I just didn't. But hey, Max. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you in here. Didn't you actually get one in this batch, Max? I have you on like I think if you did, you're on the list. But like, I'm super scatterbrained when I'm on stream. Okay. Anyway, let's start listening to the one I'm doing for Deck. It's feeling kind of small. They're all gonna be uploaded, Charles. Es algo de español. Un poco. Oh, se habla un poco español. I'm better at writing it than I am at speaking it out loud. I have more time to think about it. This one is for Alatreon versus Kyurem. It's another Pokemon matchup. Yeah, if you guys are ever wondering what the matchup is, you can look in this top corner where my mouse is here, and it says, and it'll always say right here, in the very top left. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse, can you? Oh, I guess you can't. Okay, well, in the top left, under Pro Tools, under the word File, it'll say Mix, and then it'll say what the matchup is. And then it's the same on this window. It'll Pro Tools, and then it'll say File, and then under that it'll say Edit, and then it'll say the matchup. Oh, you can see my mouse? Cool. It didn't look like it in OBS, so I couldn't tell. I'm having a harder time with this one, and I hope that Deck likes the direction I'm taking it, because it's very, like, orchestra synth. And so who knows? I actually don't know if I feel like working on this one, so I think I'm going to swap over to the other one I was working on today, which is Predator from Predator versus the meta from Red versus Blue. It was Kirim versus Aletrion from something else. One sec, I've got it on my list here. From Monster Hunter. Aletrion from Monster Hunter. All right, so let's instead, we're just going to pivot over to the one for Predator from Predator versus the meta from Red versus Blue. Because this one is a little closer to done, and I actually feel like doing it right now. I'm not struggling with it as much, I don't think. This is another one where we're going to need to add a lot of energy to these drums because they're just little dinky things. This snare sounds so small. Flap, flap. It's kind of cute how small it sounds. So let's just a snare reverb. I wish you guys could see like all the menus and stuff that I go through. Like it just looks like I'm clicking at random spots on the screen, but I'm actually like menu diving, and I would like to be able to show you guys because it might be educational that way. Stella, it doesn't say the current one I'm working on. It just says the first one I was working on and more because I didn't know for sure which other ones I was going to tackle. Okay, and then I'm gonna make that bus 1, 2, make that bus 3, 4. Send that bus 3, 4. Oh. Just thicken up the snare a little bit. Yeah, I actually have Joshua. By the way, is that Joshua? I'm just gonna call you Joshua. What I'm planning on doing is I think I'm gonna do these 10 at a time because I feel like that's enough to generate hype instead of just doing one at a time at like every week. Also, if I did one a week, it just these would take like a year to get done. But I'm gonna do 10 at a time. I'm probably gonna drop like 10 every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, we'll probably do 10 every 2 weeks. Let's start doing stuff to these drums. Yeah, there's 2 Joshes. There's James and Josh and Josh. You just both have to answer me every time I say, hey, Josh. I'll be like, no, not you, you. All right. Hopefully this time we won't have all those weird glitches we were having with the drums where they were just in the wrong drum tracks. That was strange. I've never had that happen before. Starting when? I'm not super certain. I think I want to give my album a little space to breathe, so maybe we'll say starting at the new year. Like somewhere a little after the new year, because I want my album to drop, and I want it to have like a little bit of space to breathe before I start drowning it in other like commissions and stuff. Okay, and now we're on, to remind everyone, we are on Predator from Predator versus the meta from Red versus Blue. Josh with the hard to pronounce last name, is that Viering? Viering? That sounds like it's Northern European, maybe Czech, somewhere in that area. Viering, maybe like Polish or Estonian. Viering, like a. Anyway, tell me if that's close. Thanks, Citri. I'm really happy with how Full Course Will came out. That one is a special place in my heart. Like I said earlier in the stream, Josh, I pride myself in getting by in a lot of languages, just knowing just barely enough to get by. So, oh! I bet you're Polish. Oh, curving, curving. Huh. I would not have guessed curving. Veering. Let's see. I'm like hung up on that. Ukrainian. Oh, look at that. I was pretty close. I mean, I wasn't perfect, but Ukraine. That's actually really close to Estonia, isn't it? Acting like I don't know where Ukraine is. Thanks, Mr. Bones. I feel like that track actually dropped a couple weeks ago. Unless they like on listed it and then remade it public or whatever. I suppose that's possible. Overheads and now the drum should be a little bigger. Good. Yeah, there's not much we can do. Like, they're the most commonly requested battles, and I feel like we got a lot of them out of the way this season, so we could focus on the stuff that long-term fans of the series are gonna love for next season. Gotta stay hydrated, even if that means nothing but Jones soda. Yeah, it's named Full Course Will. How do commissions work? That's a good question, man. They're currently closed, but I have people contact me on either Discord or Twitter, and then we discuss details there in private. Just because I tend to be a one-on-one kind of person for the most part. So I prefer to interact, like or not, maybe not necessarily face to face because it's online, but like person to person. Now that snare sounding pretty good. Where before it was like really dinky. What do you mean waiting for the audio? Yeah, one sec, I'll grab the Discord link again. Discord link. Since I'm sure there's latency, I'll also type it. Okay, where we're on the hi-hats now. Are there even any hi-hats in this song? Did I print that to... Okay, there are hi-hats. They were just very, very faint. Little bitty buddies. You want 10 hours of what? The drums? These drums are starting to sound really good. I'm actually really happy with this this drum software. A friend of mine recommended it over one that I was using before, and I've got to say, it's very clean, very nice. Hello, Power. Let's see. Thanks, Guns. I make a point to just always be myself in any situation. I'm too forgetful to ever be dishonest, so I just kind of have to always be honest. If I ever lied about anything, I would forget what the lie was. We're currently on Predator versus Meta, the meta from Red versus Blue. Also, if you can't read that, the name of this track, this guitar here, is called Spaghetti Guitar because it's like a spaghetti western style guitar. Like, listen to this chord. It's delicious. Delicious like spaghetti. Okay, so the drums sound much better. Let's see what else we can do to it. Oops, sorry. My spacebar is very sensitive. We'll start that from where it was. I need to tweak this bass a little bit back here. Oh, that's much better. Let me just show you a before and after. Like, listen specifically to the bass, which here was the before. And then here's the after. On its own, it's kind of, you can't really tell, but now I'm going to do the before with everything on, listening for the bass. Okay, that's the before, and here's the after. It just sits in the right spot now. It feels correct. Oh, later, Lennox. I would love to compose for Red vs. Blue. That's like, honestly, kind of a dream of mine. I've watched Red vs. Blue since I was like 13. This is Predator from Predator versus the meta from Red versus Blue. You might have joined my Discord server, Daniel. No need to keep repeating it. The other track I made in this stream so far is Ash versus Yugi. Yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon matchups, and especially in like the first 10, I think like 3 or 4 of them are Pokemon. Ash versus Yugoslav. Fridaynosaurus is on a Monday. That's interesting. Yes, that's my PlayStation name. I can't confirm some guy, especially because I don't know if you have the same name on Twitter. Like, I don't know. Which commission is yours? I can give you at least an estimate, I guess. I mostly hope you like it, Windy Indy. You're the one who paid for it. See, this one's not bad, but it's very simple. I actually did a track for Trunks vs. Silver for 1 Minute Melee way back in the day. Let's see. I think that's I mean, like, it's good. I don't know if I can add much more without it just feeling cluttered, but it's also like kind of simple. I'm not sure, like, and that's kind of what my hang up is with this one. It's like it's already good, and there's like good different sections. It might be able to use a guitar solo, but I don't know. Like, I don't want to over clutter it. There's a philosophy I live by when it comes to working on tracks, and that's you're not done with a track when you're done adding stuff. You're done with the track when you've taken out everything that you want to, or that you can, and like have it still be really solid. Because you don't want to be like over saturating the listener's ears. Yeah, it definitely goes way more in the Red versus Blue direction, just because like Predator. What's the Predator music? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't remember it. If it's got a theme song, I don't know it. And so I just was like, let's just make this kind of hard rock, red versus blue. It's like the meta just in red versus blue, the meta stumbles across Predator and fights the Predator. I also thought that meta would take this. I mean, I don't know for certain because I don't know like what Predator's feats would be. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. So I think maybe for now we will. Oh yeah, that's way better. Way less harsh. Predator's theme. They almost certainly did give a sample of Predator's theme. Let's see. It's Venusaurus. So I guess I can just check his DM real quick. Because I'm sure he did. Oh yeah, this is the one where he wanted me to do vocals and he wanted to write his own lyrics for it. That's why it's oversimplified, is because I wrote this knowing that he wanted me to put vocals on it, and that's why there's like space in the track like there is. It all just clicked to me. Duh. He wants me to put vocals on it. Okay. So also, just listen to how much of a difference this made. Like, I just put some EQ on the master, which is where everything comes through. Like, the whole song comes through the master. I'm gonna turn it off and, like, without, and then with it on. It's, like, so much better. Let's slap some mastering compression on there. This is definitely high intensity. I think I got a couple JoJo commissions, Lofty. I know I got Diavolo from JoJo's, and I think at least one other one. Wamu, one of the Pillar Men. I like when Max Senpai notices me too. So I think right here, and then later, right here, I want to have the guitar's high pass, and I actually don't think I want bass there. And then what we'll do is create a new stereo audio track right here and call this high pass guitar. We'll drag these guys down here. Some guy, if you typed what your commission is, I didn't catch it in chat because I don't know if you have like the same Twitter name as you do on YouTube. I don't recognize your username here on YouTube. So I don't know which commission is yours, so I can't tell you which day. I might be working on it. If the stream is stuttering, yeah, it looks like I've got some dropped frames. I'm guessing maybe my roommate is like playing Call of Duty or something. I don't know who Monokuma is, but Koro Sensei is really cool. I'd love to see him or a matchup with him, especially because I love Question, that opening for Assassination Classroom. I would like love to use that. So good. And then let's put a little bit of high pass. We'll just make this much smaller than it does right now. Hi, Max. I also notice you. Let's see. Transistor radio ought to work. Yeah, I think that might do it. Let's turn it down a little. Oh, Xenohort versus Palpatine. Don't worry, man. It's not going to be on Wednesday or Friday. It's looking like it's going to be. It's towards the end. Like you're one of the last people on the list. So, um, maybe sometime at the end of January. Let's see. But yeah, I think that helped the this like transitional guitar a lot. So there are several Persona matchups. There's one for Persona 2, and I think there are 2 or 3 for Persona 4. I actually want to know if Yugi's still around in Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I mean, like it's called Yu-Gi-Oh. Does he ever show up, or is he just gone? Is he just gone forever? Because like, I wouldn't want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh without Yugi. Because like the whole thing is like Yugi and Yami Yugi, right? Okay, I think that this one is about as done as I'm going to be able to get it before putting vocals on, and I don't feel like putting vocals on just yet. Dylan Fletcher. Yours is... if I remember right, yours is towards the beginning of this. Okay, here's how we'll do. We're going to search. Okay, I guess I'm not able to find it. You just hear a couple failed finding of... Oh. Yours, Dylan, is going to be working on tomorrow, it looks like. You're Molar Eclipse on Twitter, right, Dylan? All right. So I think I'm going to give this a listen through. I'm pretty sure that this is pretty much done until I put vocals on it. Well, Max, commission something from Persona 5. I'm sure that you're like, Persona 5 is the worst Persona because that's what everyone seems to be like. But Persona 5 is my favorite because it's the only one. Oh yeah, there's also Joker versus Neku, of course. And I think there might actually be another Joker matchup. I think there's 2 Joker matchups, and neither of them are with Giorno. Guys, I'm not gonna be able to give you like estimates for the most part of when yours are showing up because like there's this batch is big. This batch is really big. Yours is the Blue Beetle one, and it's actually literally the one right after Sir Some Guy. So also probably towards the end of January, maybe. Like I'm gonna do these as fast as I can without them sounding bad. You know, I don't wanna skimp on anybody. Okay, so let's go back to Ash versus Yugi because that one seems to be the most polished. And I'm just gonna kind of now that I've had a little bit of time away from it, I want to go back and listen and make sure that I still like it. Like make sure that it still feels like done enough. I don't know, dude. Blade. I feel like Stargate, for example, or Supernatural lasted 15 seasons, and there were a couple bad seasons, like several bad seasons, but there were some that were. Seriously, what, Ethan? Let's see. Why? Even if I knew if we were getting SpongeBob for season 8, why would I say? I'm not, like, why would I just leak that? Like, I'm not gonna. Okay, so let's listen back to this Ash versus Yugi one to make sure it still sounds as good as I thought it did a little bit ago. I already answered that, Andrex, but yeah, there's a couple JoJo matchups. Okay, this one's definitely very solid. I'm pretty happy with that because I still got it, I guess. Still able to make these things happen just out of nowhere. Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter epic rap battle. I did see that. And it seems like they go so hard on those Lego ones. Like the Zeus versus Thor one was super hard too. Like just was so good. But I'm starting to get fatigued, guys, so I think I'm going to do a Q&A like I do at the end of these streams for a little bit. Thank you guys so much for your super chats, and thank you so much for tuning in for the song creation. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of the album that I'm gonna have drop on the 22nd, and I'm gonna answer some questions for a little bit. Just some me and you guys time. Just some little bit of music, Q&A. Final Fantasy. There's a couple Final Fantasies, but it's all like summons and stuff. I don't think there's any actual Final. There might. Oh yeah, no. There's a couple actual Final Fantasy characters too. Now that I think about it. Let's see. Dirk versus Blaze. I can check on the list. If it was done in the last few days, yeah, yours is the one directly after the Blue Beta one. That's funny that 3 people in a row. that's what are the odds that you guys would all be in here asking and it'd be like you 3 in a row? That's funny. Hello, Jorge. Jorge Ortiz. I already answered if there were Final Fantasy matchups. Yes, there's a few. I don't know why people hate Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think I have a copy of one of them, but I don't know. I barely played it. The first DAW that I used was GarageBand briefly, and then Adobe Audition, and then Pro Tools. I started in Pro Tools in 2009. I've not seen the trailer for Sephiroth in Smash, but I have seen a lot of memes about it. Yes, Thanos, my real life last name is Yates, still, just like it was earlier. I think Sephiroth is a cool addition to Smash, even if he's just another sword boy. How many commissions do I receive daily? It depends. Like, when they're open, it can be anywhere from none at all to, like, I think the first couple days they were open, I got like 15 a day. It was insane. It was like I had to spend the whole days just responding to DMs. I didn't get to do anything but respond to DMs on Twitter all day. I'm not gonna say exactly how many commissions I got. I kind of want it to be a surprise. I want to show you guys just how much I can make and how quickly I can do it when I set myself to doing something. I'm unleashing my true Ultra Instinct power. If I feel like Deck and Ethan are having trouble keeping up with all of the soundtrack covers, I am definitely willing, like, I'm open to the idea of having more soundtrack artists. Any Undertale in upcoming matches? I think there might be one with Undyne. I'm not super certain. Let's see. My favorite tracks I've worked on, I don't know, man. Like, that's something that would take more thought than I have the ability to do when I'm on stream. But maybe Mega Mania is like a standout. Falcon Uncaged, Blood Moon. I really love how Blood Moon. The most obscure character in any of these commissions, well, a couple people did stuff for their OCs, so I'd say that. But the most obscure published characters are like characters from Worm, the web series, the web novel series Worm. I actually got 2 different commissions for Skitter from Worm, which is interesting to me. Gen 3 Pokemon games were the best. And maybe that's showing my age. I have not played any of the Tales of games, but I've heard that they're good. I've been recommended them, I just don't have a lot of free time. I would like to play more Shin Megami Tensei games, but no, I've only played Persona. And even then, only Persona 5. The song is telling me to sleep. I wish that there were One Punch Man matchups, because that's another series I love. There is a Godzilla matchups. I think there might be 2 Godzilla matchups. All the new characters are broken in Smash Bros, Daniel. They get added in and they're broken, and then they don't patch them, they don't nerf them, they just stay broken. You play the new character or you get stomped by the new character, that's just how it is. I've also never read Worm, so I can't confirm that. I don't know. Yeah, Pokemon Emerald, but Ruby and Sapphire were both really, really big to me. I don't know. It was like a formative years. It was like my teenage years. I played with a lot of my friends. We all had Ruby and Sapphire, and like it was before Emerald had come out. We played, it was like when you could put secret bases in each other's worlds, and you could like have battles with AI versions of your friends. It was really fun. Tell you who's in season 8. I'll tell you who's in season 8. Wiz and Boomstick, and me. Wiz and Boomstick and me are in Season 8. That's the best answer you're getting, Plague Doctor. I don't know if I want any more hair on my chest, Money Waffles. I think I'm good. I've never played Hello Neighbor Linux, but I have seen a lot of play of it. I've seen a lot of streams of it. Vivian, in this batch, the one I'm most excited about is... One sec, it might even be yours. That'd be funny. No, it's a Solidus Snake from Metal Gear versus Führer Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist. Is I think the one I'm most excited about. It's towards the end, which is a little disappointing, but it's I just that's such a cool matchup. Yeah, if every character's broken, none of them are. That's the Overwatch. Oh, this guy singing this song sounds like he's really handsome and funny. Yeah, Jacob Underwood, my most wanted death battle matchup is 02 and Strelitzia from Darling in the Franxx. So both the human, or the character and the mech, versus Oscar Langley and Eva Unit 2 from Evangelion, which is also the character and the mech. Like, I want to have them do a mech fight, and then I want to have them fight on top of one of the destroyed mechs. I don't think there is a Tales of Symphonia commission. I actually don't think I got hired to do Bill Cipher versus Discord. That's another one I'm surprised I didn't get hired to do. Vivian, I'm pretty sure you commissioned me. I'm like digging through the list and I'm not seeing which one was yours though. Oh, thanks. The matchup name? Yeah, I'm really happy with the matchup name I came up with for Führer Bradley versus Solidus Snake. One last time. I can't help but sing along. My favorite track by Theirwolf is Wings of Iron. I love 80s style music, if you can't tell from the songs playing. Oh, you can say the song name. I mean, if the person who commissioned it is okay with that, I don't mind. I'm not spoiling Starman. A lot is what I will say, and it's not too much for me to handle. I got it. I've got it under control. Right now, my cover of So Cold is playing. It's also releasing on my album on the 22nd. Yes, there's one Hyperdimension Neptunia commission. I don't know who... What would Charles versus Mara be called? Charles, like... Who? Charles Manson? Charles E. Cheese? Because you know Chuck is short for Charles, right? A fan of Bill and Ted. I've actually never seen any Bill and Ted, believe it or not. I don't think. Maybe I saw it as a kid. Kind of has that same energy as Dude, Where's My Car? Nobody commissioned these. These are from my album. I'm just having them play in the background while I talk. Hey Ryan, you made it in time for the Q&A. A lot of people like Emerald Heroes, but I gotta say Wings of Iron for sure. I don't really do the dislike questions, Zombie Snake. Mostly if there's stuff I dislike, I don't pay enough attention to remember. What I will say, Starman Eli, is that you don't have to worry about, like, you know, you don't have to commission me to enjoy all the other tracks that are being made. Like, there's a lot of tracks coming and you can enjoy them just as much. Someone from my server commissioned a Chuck E. Cheese matchup. Charles Entertainment Cheese, yeah, exactly. My favorite movie, it's gonna sound weird if you haven't seen it before, but it's called The Princess Bride. It's actually a fantasy movie, though. It sounds like it'd be like a romance, but it's actually a fantasy movie. That's based off of a book by the same name. I watched it a lot when I was a kid with my mom. It was like one of her favorite movies. It's not against Freddy Fazbear, no. If Wiz vs. Boomstick happens, I'm gonna have Thairwolf and I be the hosts. And and then yeah, we'll probably do the music for it. Silent Stare, huh? Numium. One sec, don't. Let me see which matchup was yours again. Melina versus X23. I'm gonna probably see if Miriani's up to it, Dylan. She's the one who did the vocals for Lost Ice Storms, and I'll see if she's up to it. And if not, I have a couple other girls in mind. I don't know the character Lucy Hartfilia, so no. I don't think there are any Five Nights at Freddy's matchups in this batch. I'm pretty sure there's not. Yeah, you killed my father. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That movie's full of just iconic quotes. I might remix Wiz and Boomstick. Princess Bride, the DVD for it is perpetually inside my laptop. The same laptop I used to make music on for Death Battle back before I upgraded. Oh, that's why. I'm not a fan of Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail and One Piece both. Like, I just can't... I've heard that One Piece gets better, but, like, a really long way in or something. I still haven't read Chainsaw Man from earlier, no. There are, I think Accelerator is in one match. My Accelerator might even be in two matchups for this batch of commissions. I'm just typing my most wanted matchup, and I'm pinning it. Yeah, comic. This song is on my album, of course, because it's one of the songs that's like part of the end of that storyline. I will probably do the vocals for Primal Chaos Windy Indy. Because you paid for me to do the vocals. It's a little extra for me to hire someone else. I pay other people better than I pay myself. I've never even heard of the webcomic The Gamer. You guys like know so many things, so many like niche things. Alright, Andrix. We'll probably go for another 10 minutes, just like have it be a 2-hour stream. I feel like 2 hours is a good stream amount. I'll be streaming again at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Death of a Ghost might make you cry if you're a particularly emotional person. Yeah, there's a Godzilla, and then there's like a couple other kaijus for sure. There's several kaiju matchups. I actually don't think I got any Power Rangers commissions. My favorite character of all time? That's gotta be me. I'm my favorite character. Otherwise, I'd be someone else. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hype is the next season? Definitely an 11 or a 12. It's some good stuff. Yeah, Ryan, they're closed right now, except stuff that I've previously discussed with people. There are a couple people that said that they couldn't pay me till after, so technically they're not open, but they're like, people can still, if I've already talked with them about it, they can still get their commissions in. It's just that they're no longer open. What got you into making music? It's gonna seem weird, but like, I had an uncle who, he accidentally left a CD in my grandparents' truck, and I asked if I could have it, because like my uncle had forgotten it, and it was a Korn album. It was Follow the Leader by Korn, and I listened to it, and like me and a friend of mine, back when I was like 10, just decided, we're like, yeah, let's just do music. We'll just do music. We liked the album so much and started listening to hard rock and like, you know, from the era, new metal, and decided we were gonna be a rock band. That didn't work out, but the music thing sort of did. What is my character's favorite Pokemon? Well, my favorite Pokemon is Glaceon. I just answered that loony roll. That's hilarious that they revealed a new single on South Park. That's amazing. Yeah, buddy. I'm really excited to start working on Bureau Bradley versus Solidus Snake. I think that's one that I'm really stoked about. Just to stop intimations of God. I would probably remix Winter Sonata. I love My Hero Academia. My wallet is actually a My Hero Academia wallet. Comic, you might notice that these mixes are updated. I've done a little bit more work on all of these songs that were already released, so the whole album is like fresh, at least somewhat. What do I think of Spider-Man versus Ladybug? I think that Spider-Man probably destroys Ladybug. There's probably some outlier feats because it's Marvel versus a French animation. I'm also excited for Hatsune Miku versus Haruka Amami because it's like not as combative as much as it is like a music battle, so I can focus on making it less aggressive sounding and more like musically dynamic. Why are things the way they are? Because that be how it do sometimes, I guess. Of course I know Ruby. Not only do I know Ruby, I know, like, people who work on Ruby and have worked on Ruby. I've heard of Ninjago, and I think I've seen commercials for it, but I was a little too old to catch Ninjago. That seemed a little aimed more at children, and I was already a grown man at that point. That's a fair point, Guns Blazing. I should update the mix and drop Heroes of Time and Space at some point. Because that one's pretty good, too. Soul Eater commissions. I'm not super familiar with Soul Eater characters, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one. I think there might be two. What do I think of Volume 8 of Ruby? I think that... I don't know, it's alright so far. Ruby's not really a favorite show of mine. I used to really, really love it, but the show kind of shifted focus from fight choreography to, like, storytelling. And I was kind of watching it for the fight choreography. Actually, the reason I know as much 3D animation as I do is because I was so in love with the fight choreography in Ruby that I learned how to do some basic 3D animation. I was, like, learning because I wanted to work on Ruby way back in the day. Going through time. Was the Xenoblade song used in an earlier Death Battle? I don't remember. Yeah, any insert a random franchise. Yes, lots of random franchise commissions. Hello, Marlon Cardoso. Hola? Any Naruto commissions? I think so, yeah. Yeah, there's one right here. I've got the list pulled up because I know people have been asking about specific things. What I have actually made a Eurobeat song. It's called Remember to Breathe. It's on this album. After this song ends, I'll actually skip to it. Or you know what? I'll skip to it right now. Eurobeat. Right now. I've done Eurobeat. I don't think there are any Toho commissions, which is kind of surprising. I can't think of 5 matchups off the top of my head. I don't know. Doesn't Kitty Pryde kind of just destroy Blake, though? Like, what can Blake do about Kitty phasing through stuff? I don't think there are any horror-themed ones. How much polka dollars have I made? Let's just say enough that I was able to pay off my debts, like my college debts and my credit card debts and stuff. I'm good. And a little bit more. A lot a bit more. I was Santa Claus this Christmas for sure. Most surprising weird franchise as a part of this batch. Something called Microsoft Paint Adventures is kind of surprising to me. I've never heard of that. There was a commission for Warhammer in the previous batch, but not in this batch, no. Okay, after this song ends, I think we're gonna call this stream, since it's 6 now. Breathe, breathe. Let's see. I can only get 1 Master Ball in the Pokemon games. You actually, if you check every single square, you can get up to like 4. My friend, my roommate actually, he used to play the Pokemon games, and every single step he would press A and like check if there was an item there. And I like checked his save profile one time, and he had like 4 or 5 Master Balls. I was so confused. I was like, how? And he's like, oh yeah, I just tap A everywhere I go. This song is on my album. It's coming out on the 22nd of this month. It's called Death of a Ghost. And this song and all the other songs you've heard that I've been talking to are on that album. I'm going to put on one of the soft songs now, and I'm going to switch the stream over to the ending screen, and I will type in chat a little bit as we kind of shut things down. It was definitely not a glitch or a hack. The dude doesn't know how to do those things. He just was, especially not when he was a kid, he just spammed.